11. Kia ora everybody, and welcome back to Teology, where we are drinking tea and talking through Christmas carols over Advent. It is the 11th day of Advent, and we are talking about Mary, Did You Know? Oh, this one's a goodie. We're gonna have fun. And the tea of today is Creme Brulee. There isn't much a cup of tea can't fix. Oh, I maybe should get some milk for it. I don't have any milk. Have a little bit of cream. I'll see how it is and then I might get cream, because it says perfect on its own or with a dash of milk. So I'm sure cream will do. And the description is a decadent sweet treat. Velvety vanilla plays with rich caramel and hazelnuts in a gorgeously golden brew, with an intense aroma that enhances a glorious infusion. It's a sweet tea. And it is actually a tea, but that concerns me because it is vanilla sweet, and I am not always a fan of vanilla sweet. I am a bit fussy when it comes to vanilla sweet. It has in it black tea, natural and artificial flavouring, and it says this is caramel, vanilla and cream. So we could see it could end up being, I could end up really not liking this. My hopes aren't high so far. This tea's even been out for tasting and I haven't tried it before because I am not convinced. And brittle pieces, so it's got like pieces of brittle, which is sugar, hazelnut, and invert sugar, which I don't know what invert sugar is, so I can't really help you there. But that is the tea of today. I would like to say I've never had actual creme brulee, so I can't say how this compares to actual creme brulee. The vanilla really comes through, and then there's like almost something else. There's not a lot of the hazelnut. I can't really get any of the cream thing, which is good because I would not like it if I got that. I wouldn't buy it. It's not my least favorite in here, but it's a bit too below average. It's just not a tea that I would ever really go for on my own. So it is a disappointing tea. No, it's not disappointing. It met expectations, but my expectations were not high. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. But yeah, it's just really vanilla sweet forward and a little bit of the black tea to carry it. And it really, the flavour sits on the roof of your mouth, which is meh. But let's get into talking about the Christmas carol, which is Mary, Did You Know? Which actually is like one of the newer Christmas songs. Came out in like the 90s or something. I will set you up with the premise of the song, which is basically going, Mary, did you know all of these things? Did you know this? Did you know this? Kind of going like, did you know? That is the theme of the song. And so we'll start with the biblical accuracy to the story. I gave it a 5 because it is directly interfacing with the fact of Mary being the mother of Jesus and being the mother of the Son of God. Do you know what this means? Like, kind of us asking questions, and it's encouraging us to then ask these questions of the biblical story. There's also, if we take the biblical accuracy a little bit wider, a lot of the other things that it talks about in the songs are accurate to Jesus's life and ministry and works. So it's going, hey Mary, did you know that this doesn't stop at his birth? This goes beyond, and this will be throughout his whole life. Did you know that this is your child, basically? Which I think is good. I think it's interesting. I really like it. So I gave it a 5 for biblical accuracy because I think it is biblically accurate in quite a specific way. It doesn't introduce incorrect elements of the story at all, but it also introduces a lot more elements of the story, and that being the birth being the beginning of Jesus's life. And it's got these beautiful, like, yeah. Anyway, For theology, I also gave it a 5 because it is directly by asking Mary, did you know that your baby will do this? It's directly interfacing with the humanity and divinity of Jesus. It is getting us to ask these questions of like, it was a little baby that grew up and did this. And that to me is a part of what Christmas is all about, is dealing with some of those theological questions about who Jesus is and what that means for us. It then has some great, so it's got the story elements of Jesus's life, but it's also got the works that he did. Did you know that your baby boy would save your sons and daughters? Did you know that the child you delivered will soon deliver you? Do you know that when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God? Did you know that he is the Lord of all creation? He'll rule the nations. He is perfect lamb. And one of my favorite lines is, that sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. So it's getting us to also then ask these questions and look at the Trinity. It points us to Jesus, which points us to the whole Trinity, and it is really directly doing that, because it is pulling on elements from the Hebrew scriptures, going, this is who Jesus is as well in our Bible. And so it's doing that. Gets a 5 for theology as well. It's got 2 5s so far, guys. How will it do next? For pastoral and ministry, I think it also does a really good job, because you can then have conversation, like every single line of this song is something that can start a conversation, which is important. It can help engage people with the wider biblical text. It can also help draw people back to who Jesus is, to the true meaning of Christmas. But also, this song, I believe wholeheartedly, like, it is a worship song. It is a beautiful, beautiful worship song, in the sense of I can worship to it and I am giving glory to my Creator, because I am going like, Mary to me is a part of the representative of humanity's response to Jesus in some ways. And so it is asking those questions like, Mary, did you know, but do I know? Do I know this for myself, and that this is who I am singing about, that this is who loves me and saves me and is like my best friend, you know? And like, I have to give it a 5, really. I have to give it a 5 because I listen to the song and it makes me cry. And I feel like that is not the sign of a worship song, that I listen to it and I cry because of the meaning that it carries of who I am singing about. Then, you know, like, it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. And the bridge, the blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again, the lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. It is so beautiful. And that leads us to the musicality. This song is such a beautiful song. I have not heard a version of this song that I don't like. It is not like upbeat and poppy, but it is driving. It drives forward. It pulls us into it. It is beautiful to listen to here. The Pentatonics have an amazing version. Maverick City do an amazing version. It's Maverick City's 2021 Christmas album that their version is on. And I just, that is about the tea, the face. But I love this song so much. So it gets a 5 across the board in all of the core categories, and it also gets the bonus point because it is so focused on the true meaning of Christmas. There isn't a space for any of the other Christmas nonsense to come in. There isn't even space for the other Christmas nonsense. I'd like some of like the other cold, wet, snow, all of that like seasonal stuff is not there. So it gets the bonus point. So this, everybody, might be, well, it is so far, the highest scoring Christmas song with a 21 out of 21. Thank you. But keep watching because there are many more Christmas songs to come. We weren't just here to get to the peak. We weren't just here to get to the peak. And there are probably much better teas to come. Please keep watching to see if I find a tea that I truly, truly, truly love. There are ones that I have quite enjoyed, but there are more. I will see you all tomorrow with another tea and another Christmas carol, Christmas song, hopefully a better tea. I don't know if we'll get a better Christmas song.